our information, does anyone wish to make any comment? Well, Susan, we had a comment on it. Anyone wish to make any further comment on it? No further. Okay. Thank you. So, item 9, to receive a report on general reserves and items for earmarking for recommendation to full council. So again, that's sheet number 9. Gemma, do you have any comment on this for us? Is it self-explanatory?
I've tried to make it as self-explanatory as possible. So I've taken the information that I provided in the pack. I think it was at the last meeting, maybe the meeting before. And they were just obviously draft versions of what we could do. Mm-hmm. And what I've tried to do is firm that up a little bit to work in conjunction with the budget that's been set. So very quickly, just to talk through it, you know, we've said that we're estimated to be at 294. We want 6 months worth of running costs. I've already removed those from. We know that then leaves us with the figure that I've noted there at 130. I've gone through and I've put some realistic, like I said, firmed up the figures a little bit. In terms of changes that you might have queried, the running facilities for Ackworth quarries, we've still not got the building. I won't spoil a later update that I've got in a moment about the phasing of the handover, so that's why it's been reduced, because we're not due to get the land. The other one, the Gala Parade, now I know that we have a working group that are working hard to review that, but the way the dates are at the moment, it wouldn't probably come back through, if it happens the way that it happens, it wouldn't come back through to full council till the 20th of May, and with the Gala being the following month, it might be that that's more of a 2025 sort of review than a 2024. So, although I've included that amount in there, it's probably unlikely to be spent this year. I'll obviously give you a figure in green as to what would be remaining, so obviously that would automatically top up the 6 months rainy day fund as such. And then I've just noted the other items that were on that draft version a couple of months back, in case you wanted to earmark in this meeting anything. Okay. I did put in the contingency again, but as we've gone through the future budget with a fine-tooth comb, I'm pretty comfortable where we're at with what we've estimated the budget deficit to be, and we know that we're going to have tighter controls month on month going forward, so I don't think we necessarily need that now. Okay. And obviously the car park's been taken off because of the reason I said earlier.
Yeah, thank you. Any comment, anyone?
Well, only that I feel that the 23-24 budget projected overspend is higher due to the figures that are included in it, but I have had an email exchange with Gemma about that.
I'm not sure what you mean, so sorry.
You think that's an incorrect figure and the actual figure will be higher?
Yes, it is.
Right, okay.
Is that the SIL query?
Yes, because of the SIL money.
Okay.
And also some additions, one of which Gemma found.
I've included that, it just wasn't in the total on the sheet, but it had been included in the 24-25. And obviously this SIL, we've got a conversation that's happening where I don't think it's a discrepancy, and obviously so we'll carry on with that. I think I'll probably open that up to all councillors on the email communication so that it shares what.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. So this is for us to, so we're receiving this report. I'm just noting what's in it really, and the as Gemma said, the things under additional items at the bottom are not obviously included in these figures. They're just what were as part of our conversation around when we were setting the budget. Okay, so we're happy to receive this report.
Yeah.
Is that all right, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Item 10.1, to receive a quarterly report on freedom of information requests.
This is a really easy update from me. So you might recall that last time we reviewed it, I had a big A3 page that pretty much had red on it. As of December, the backlog of freedom of information request was actioned, and as of today, right now, I only have one open Freedom of Information request, and it is in its time frame, and it will be answered in its time frame.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely fantastic in terms of getting through that backlog,
Yeah.
and there were all sorts of reasons as to why that happened, and and there's an awful lot of work that goes into sorting those Freedom of Information requests out as well.
Yeah. So I would like us to have minuted our appreciation to the office team for getting to this situation.
Yes.
I think you need to notice all the hard work that's gone into it. We're all happy for that to be minuted.
Yeah. Can I just check, are we to receive like FOI requests in a general sense, like we've had like 10 in this month sort of like thing, and that sort of thing, just so we understand the sort of escalation of how, I would say from 2019 there has been a rise in these sort of like things coming through. I'm not saying that that's not right to do so, but it is taking up resource power in terms of staff resources and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So my plan is to do it on a quarterly basis through this committee. So yes.
Could the report, you say you've got one outstanding, could the report show, like the previous one you did, how many you've had and how many have been dealt with, the quarterly report?
I'll send it out tomorrow. I've got it on a spreadsheet. Yeah.
Thank you. You know, that for me, that's the sort of the key piece of information really, because it gives us as parish councillors and employers, because you know we are the collective employers of all the staff, an indication of workload, doesn't it, and what workload our staff are working under. So thank you. Item 10.2, to review and update the terms of reference for the Ackworth Community Centre Committee Working Group. So we've got a paper there. There are two bits to it. The first sheet is the, as it says at the top, the original copy. The second sheet includes in red on the first and in yellow on the second side of it some items for amendment. Will you explain those?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So basically there's just some updates that I've added. So we've had a changeover in the councillors. We've one of the councillors leaving the parish council that was previously elected to the outside body. So that now just updates to allow for the two parish councils that are elected to the outside body, which is Ackworth. At the May meeting last year, we elected 4 members of the FNGP committee to be part of this working group. So again, that's just updating actions that the council have taken. And the last one over the page, it just feels like a duplication. So 3.3 and 3.4 feel very similar. But 3.3 says shall make decisions, and as we know, a working group doesn't make decisions, so I would remove that and go with the 3.4, which is to make recommendations.
Okay, so those have been proposed as amendments. I'm going to move them. I'd like a seconder, formal seconder. Martin's seconding them. I'm taking all 3 together. Well, are you in agreement that I should take all 3 together? Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Does anybody want to say anything about any of those amendments, any or all? Martin?
I think that the amendments make sense. I think it's quite self-explanatory sort of thing. So,
okay. I do not yet. Susie, did you want to say something?
Yes, thank you. I wondered why the working group number was reduced to 4 from 6, or just from this committee. Was there a particular reason?
Everyone on the committee wanted to go to the working group.
I think it happened because at the annual general meeting in May, where this matter was taken, we had a standing clerk, and that was just what we did. I can't remember where that information came from to elect 4, but those 4 named councillors were elected, and so the terms of reference are being tidied up to meet what we actually did, because that's what we did at the time.
That's my understanding,
Yeah.
Chair, that Sue
Yeah.
prepared the agenda and acting clerk, it's my very first time.
Yeah. Okay, are we ready to vote on this? Can I see all those in favour of accepting these amendments? Okay, that's everybody, thank you very much. Item 11, Ackworth Parish Community Centre to receive a verbal update from the clerk on the handover progress.
Yes, that's me, isn't it? So, as you know, the Ackworth Parish Community Centre, it has been an ongoing process in terms of the handover. We did think we were moving forward as per a previous update, but we've had another hold-up. Just to update, I don't know whether I've given this update already, so I apologise if I'm repeating. The challenge that we've had in the main has been around the land and the ground condition, and Wakefield Council adopting the land for cutting with the, you can only describe them as rocks underneath the soil. We came to an agreement with the solicitors and their solicitors that we would chop up the handover into phases. So we said that we were happy with the building and the car park area as phase 1 to hand over, so that's how we were moving forward on it, building and car park. Strata had said that they wanted to then split the land up into a further 2 phases. So phase 2 was the backfield, and then phase 3 was the front land with old quarries, I think that's what it's called, isn't it, old quarries? Old Holes Quarries, as a separate entity that isn't even on the table yet for discussion for handover. So that's what we were going with, a 3-phased plan. The timeline that we were given by Strata was that the building and car park was immediate, the back car park was around the May-June time, and then the front would be as and when the land started to seed and could be adopted. We completed a visit a couple of weeks back. I did myself and the team just to start to feel the building and possible options for it, to find that half of the tarmac on the car park had been peeled back without our knowledge. When we then questioned it with Strata, we were told it was because of increased rain and standing water on the car park. But anyone that's been to that building knows that that car park is built on a bit of a slant, because the car park area that was taken up included the back end of it and included the route from the gate up, which is a bit of a hill, so you're not going to get standing water on there. We also took photos, and there was some spray paint markings, and you could see where an area of the car park had been dug down deeper and filled because it was a different level to what had been scraped up. So we were concerned as a staff team that actually there was something more going on, and they were trying to find something. It was more than just standing water on the car park. Of course, we've not had that confirmed by Strata, but that is our concern. And therefore we are not yet in a position where we feel comfortable handing over the building and the car park area. When we spoke to our solicitor and we updated our solicitor, they have recommended agenda item 11.2, which is a drainage survey. So that's the update as to where we're at. We're not comfortable having the building handed over until the committee and council have reviewed it, and the recommendation is that a drainage survey is completed. Are you okay for me to move on?
No. I just thought to add to that one that a number of residents, certainly councillors and the MP, have had to intervene on behalf of a number of residents in that area of the estate because of drainage issues. So I think it's a very sensible response, and you know, we do need to find out what's going on. Anybody else? Okay, so hang on. So do we... Oh yes, so we're on 11.2, reviewing the requirements, okay. Yeah.
Sorry, just excuse me a minute, that's all right.
Okay.
Do you want me to carry on?
Yeah, carry on, yeah.
Just ask if 11.2, do we have to have permission to take the recommendation of the solicitor and initiate a drainage survey
Permission from Strata.
from this committee?
Sorry, that's what I've been
Yeah,
provided.
that we just moved on to that.
I've not finished that one.
Yeah, Gemma mentioned it, but
Right,
yeah, just wanted to deal with
Yeah,
that other bit first, yeah.
So the only thing I was going to add to 11.2 is this is the first this committee and this council are hearing of it, so obviously we've not spoke to Strata about the drainage survey requirement and those elements because it's important it comes to council first. Having a quick look on using checkertrade.com, if the cost of a drainage survey, a basic one is anywhere between £85 and £235, and a full one is anywhere between £200 and £350, and that's for the CCTV camera. So obviously there's the element around cost there as well, whilst you're considering 11.2.
Okay. Okay. So on 11.2, so we're now on to considering those reviewing the requirements, considering those costs, and making a decision about whether we're going to give an instruction to go ahead with that. Yeah, that's what we are. Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm not quite sure because it's on the car park at the back. There shouldn't be any. The main drain is on the other side of the building, and it goes down to a kind of grate at the bottom of the hill. So at the back there shouldn't really be any drain. Well, I mean there might be some drains. Certainly not. It's not standing rainwater.
That's what we're worried about, is something going
So
on.
I think there's something that they're not telling. I know the toilets are in the middle of the building, so perhaps the drains do run around them. There's
Yeah.
been issues with the, I mean, nobody's been using the toilets apart from lads who are working there.
Yeah.
So if they've found a problem that they're not telling us about it, then I think you've shown diligence in being aware of it. And they've obviously found something that they need to dig the car park up for. So I think we have to push the boat out.
And that's what concerns me, is the transparency, because if we hadn't have been that day, we
Yeah.
wouldn't have known, because the tarmac's been laid now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good. I know it's a drag not having the thing on time, but I think it's if we
Yeah.
accept it and they walk away, then we're left with the costumes for it.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
we've shown,
So where's the numbers there?
It's
the
just what
cost?
I've written
Oh,
down,
I
it's
see
just the
that.
town
Would you like
council.
to go through those again for us?
Yeah,
please?
so this is purely me going on checkertrade.com to find out how much it costs. Basic CCTV camera, drainage survey, 85 to 235. What they class as a full one is 200 to 350. So I don't know where we'd sit in that. And I'm not saying it's our cost or we pass it back to Strata, it's just
Yeah.
for you guys to have all the information.
Okay, so how are we going to proceed on this then? Do we need to decide, first of all, do we say yes, we want a drainage survey? Yeah, so
I
you
propose that, I think, yeah,
proposing
drainage
that.
survey.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're happy with that, okay. And so are we going to proceed, we need to delegate to Gemma the permission to go ahead with investigating that,
Yeah.
finding somebody. What about whether we do basic or full?
Would they not perhaps be able to direct you, people who have the service? Usually if you tell them what they want, they'll be able to tell you, if they're a reputable company, they'll tell you what's likely to be needed.
Are we happy to leave it to Gemma's
I think so. Yeah.
informed discretion about what we go for?
So I'll engage, find out what we need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just ask Gemma, just for clarification, if we haven't handed over, so legally that land's not ours, and we're initiating a drainage survey on land that's not ours, Strata really need to know that that's...
I was just about to ask permission to
Yeah.
add to that to
Yeah.
inform Strata
Yeah.
and involve them, and if obviously cost-wise, to see if they'll cover the cost as well.
Yeah.
Well, just I'll say,
Yeah.
can be the recommendation of this is the committee is to have a full drainage survey on that area,
Yeah.
and this is what we want Strata to do, so
Yeah.
they pay for it,
And they give us the full report.
and they give us a copy of the report.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we'll try to get them to instruct to do it.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There's not been reported drainage issues as part of the Strata bill.
I think I said that when you were
Oh, right, I see.
You missed it, Martin.
Just in case you missed it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask for your show of hands to approve that Gemma goes ahead and does what we said, contacts Strata, says we're concerned about this, we want a full drainage survey, expecting the expectation that Strata will pay, and we want a copy of the full report.
Yeah.
Is that okay? We're all happy
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
go ahead with that? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Birdmouth fencing, you've got a sheet on that here.
Yeah,
That's where that's to go.
Birdmouth fencing. I'm terrible at describing things, Susie. We've done part of the Birdmouth fencing, and when it's gone in, it just looks unfinished, and there's still access areas that could be accessed by a car. I can send you the map, but I can't describe it right this minute now. I'm not very good with orientation. It is required though, it has been looked at thoroughly in terms of car access and getting onto the green areas. It's at the front of we've done round the community centre, and it's at the front of the grass area, which we've not yet got. So we were thinking if we get the authorisation through, when we know more about the situation with the land and stuff like that, it's good to go then as such.
I was just wondering why we didn't get 3 quotes like last time, and the reason I'm asking that is because Barker's Fencing said one cost, and they apparently made a site visit and made it based on their site visit, their estimate, and yet it was £2.5 grand out. And so I thought, is it worth getting somebody who would actually come and look at it properly, measure it properly, give an accurate quote?
I understand that viewpoint. The reason you've got one quote is because we've gone with the supplier, so it all matches, and we'd already gone through the analysis of the 3 quotes, so we won't. It was just an add-on in my mind, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so to follow on from that, so the areas that haven't been done, is that because the contractor wasn't instructed to do them?
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so do you want to follow that up with anything, Susan, what you just said?
Well, only that I would have perhaps preferred